What's up YouTube, it's Louis here, hope you're all well. Louis is back. I'm going to take one more day off, but I will be back tomorrow, business as usual. Tomorrow is Friday, so we'll get out 5 videos. Man is back, negativo, no more COVID positive. That took way longer than I thought, because yeah, as you know, I was horrid the first few days, and then after that, was sort of back to normal, having some effects like runny nose or yeah, but just not as bad as it was the first days where I was literally going hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold every few seconds. It was ridiculous, guys. So hopefully none of you have to go through that. If you have, well done for coming through the other end. And yeah, so we've come up, we're retracing, we're trying to actually come back down to this low. We're coming back down to this low. The only thing stopping us is the 0618. This is actually where we could stop ourselves going back down to 34.3k. This is the area where we can stop that from happening. As long as this yellow area holds, you can see over here previously we had a few fake outs, so you know, under it, over it, under it, over it, back under, over. So basically for me, this is actually a level we've been speaking about on the channel for months on end, since even before December, because it was this wick low over here back in September time. And you can see ever since we've reclaimed it after this dump, you have not back tested its support. So you see got above it, but right there where we got rejected of that resistance should have come back for the support on this yellow box and then continue. Because you couldn't do that, you eventually did this A, B, C correction where you lost that yellow box of support. But you found support just under on this green box over here, and then you pumped up above the yellow box again. So you should have come back to retest its support to continue up. That did not happen again. You went back under, back above, no confirmation of support. You're back under now, got back above, still no confirmation of support. Now we're going up. I told you guys that this over here looks exactly like this even before we actually started heading up. I already warned you guys, it's starting to look a lot like this area, specifically because of that candle right there. This high one and this low one, I could tell that it was the exact same over here with this high one and this low one, literally the exact same candle, that one and that one, just longer wick on this one. And then you had this lower high, and then I told you guys, once you lose this wick low, that's where you start heading down, because I gave you the exact same targets to the downside over here. You can see the 1618 was met, and we went to the 2 targets. So I told you guys the same was going to happen here. That's your wick low, so if we lose that, we're going to the 1618, and then the 2 targets. So you can see what happened next after meeting that target. We had this crazy, obviously, capitulation wick, so to say. So we had one last event where we dumped down, but then reclaimed the pink box. So if we ever got something like that, I could imagine we come down and probably wick back down into this area over here, maybe even as low as the green box. And imagine if we could close back inside of the ascending support. That would be lovely, because it's basically saying that we were below it. We managed to push the bulls out the way, flip bearish, we're down here, but then the bulls step in, push you back inside, confirm their support. The bears don't stand a chance pushing you back under. Now you're above, hold it, support, go back up to the top of the range, basically. So right now you can see we're at the bottom of the ascending support out of this potential ascending triangle here, or the rising wedge, as you can see. So we know that we have a technical target if we do lose this ascending support back down at 35k. I urge you guys to like the video, as the algorithm is always working against us. Make sure to subscribe, make sure to comment, as the algorithm, it doesn't want us growing the channel. So you guys need to help me achieve this by liking, subscribing and commenting on every video. So yeah, hold the 618. Otherwise, we're going to create that reverse wave back down to 1. On your way, you're going to meet the rising wedge technical target. Don't forget, yesterday or the day before, I gave you my personal targets for this dip. Even though we know if we lose this wick low, which is what we're trying to do right now, we're trying to retrace back to the 1, create that reverse wave. Only thing in the way is the yellow box, and this is also the 39k wick low, which is so important to be flipped into support. And that's why it's very nice that we got this bounce over here. And if we go to the 1 hour, you can see this was a double bottom, actually even a triple bottom, so to say, because you had one neckline, second, third bottom, or you can just look at the, the two and then wait for the neckline to be broken. And we are on a valid technical target to 42k. You can see, where did we stop off first? The first valid resistance, 41.5k. We're pulling back now. You can see some sort of M pattern is actually forming, which technically you've broken out of. We can draw two resistances for this, in my opinion. So you could call this like a Bart pattern. If I go to the 15-minute, you can see that. And then this over here would be my support for this Bart pattern. So I know that if we're closing on the 15 or even on the 1 hour below this green box right now, that should actually act as support. If we're closing below, you can see you're losing the EMAs. Likely that we're going to come back down to retest the double bottoms neckline at around 40.6k. If this is lost, you're no longer going to 42k. As long as you're above it though, as we are now, and we're above the neckline and the EMAs and this support, we should continue up to our 42k target. The moment we lose this neckline, the EMAs and this neckline, say bye-bye to 42k. And this is why when I get into trades, I didn't personally take this, but this is why when I get into trades, I like to secure some profits. So for example, when it hit this resistance, maybe you could have closed, obviously I can't tell you what to do, but maybe you could have closed 25%, 50% of your position, just in case it goes back on it and it hits entry. You probably would have moved stop loss to entry, but if you were over halfway into profit and then it goes back to your stop loss at entry for break even, then you're going to come out with zero. So wouldn't you be a bit annoyed knowing, oh, I was over halfway in profit, halfway to getting what my reward would have been, and then obviously because I did not secure any profit along the way up, it's come back down to entry, and you basically come out the trade with zero when at one point you were over half of the gain in profit. So that's why I like to take some profits at significant levels, like your 41.5 in this case, because it was a marked out area and we got a quick reaction from it. As long as we're above this green box and this neckline and the EMAs, just know we're continuing. The moment we lose them, we're not going there anymore. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe and comment. And if you're interested in the crypto packages, wait to the end of this video and head over to my Twitter to get you started in the course, in the mentorship or in the group chat. Guys, here are the crypto packages. If you think you have what it takes to stay disciplined and consistent over the next 3 to 6 months, then I'm more than happy to help you 10x your learning curve. So you can already be a complete beginner, or you can be advanced. It doesn't matter. I'm here to turn you into a self-sufficient trader that doesn't need anyone else's guidance by the end of it. I even had to pay over £10,000 to get all this information. That includes scams, scam signals where I lost 3k, scam master account management where I lost 5k, scam pyramid scheme companies for bad courses. Then I found my mentor and I had to pay over $2,000 for just a 2-hour mentorship lesson. What you guys are getting for £650 is access to the chat until the top of the market. So if the top of the market is a year away, do 1 year times 40. So you're definitely getting your money's worth. You also get the course included in the mentorship, and I will actually not just do a 2-hour lesson with you. I will stay here for a month period to make sure that you become a self-sufficient trader by the end of it. So if you're interested in this, head over to my Twitter, Louis_crypto, to the pinned post and message me there. Thank you guys, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.